Welcome back to Moon to Moon. So, today I have a mini episode so that I can introduce you to some things that I've got going on, upcoming, alongside and with and supporting the promo for Living Emergence, the community homeworld for big hearted humans here for new ways of being in our bodies, on this planet, with each other in this moment. So, as part of the promo pathway, I have been lit up, like very lit up, so lit up that sometimes I'm having a hard time sleeping. I am so lit up by this idea that came in for a free webinar series that I'm going to be offering a little bit in email, but the emails will prompt you to a space with short videos and an opportunity to be in dialogue with other human beings about the shit that comes through in these little videos. And this webinar series is called The 9 Boredoms of the Rightful Baddie. The 9 boredoms, y'all. It's so good. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about this without spilling any of the beans. And I want to also help you kind of like picture how this is going to work with all of the other fun things that I've got going on. Because also, it's autumn, and every season I'm doing a new Mystics Making Money. And the Mystics Making Money for Scorpio is going to be what else but Mystics Making Money on Vulture Magic. So that's going to be hot. And everything's going to be converging on November 4th, which is the day of the grand opening of Living Emergence. So I'm going to break down how all these different pieces are going to be working so that you can, save your dates and visualize like what would be the most fun thing for you in terms of being able to receive these hot goodies. And otherwise, I'm inviting you to be checking my newsletter and staying close to, especially that zone, the newsletter. Get on my mailing list if you're not on my mailing list, or get back on it if you are no longer on it, because that's where you'll have the link to get the zesty videos and the opportunities to connect with other humans regarding the zesty videos to support you in an unspelling that's going to be happening here, which is breaking the boredom from these spells. Okay, so these are exciting times, y'all. The community has already opened to kind of my inner circle of current and past students who've done some of my longer containers. So it's already open. Living Emergence is open. It's happening. I'm experiencing like, what is it like to be in this platform? Like, what is it like to being able to engage this way? And I'm so glad that I'm doing this because I'm able to see both the possibilities that had been in my vision field starting to coalesce. And I'm also seeing like ways that I want to support the community that's coming in November. So very, very grateful to the many, many human beings who are currently already in Living Emergence, there to help me in this sort of testing period before the grand opening. But even then, what I'm seeing is like with great humility, it's going to be a testing zone for quite some time where I'm going to be really a student of this community, both at a spirit level and at a practical level, understanding how it wants to run itself, how it wants to breathe, how it wants to sing, when it wants to rest, like what is the seasonality of Living Emergence for me as the steward, for the being itself, and for the what kind of spaciousness does the Living Emergence container offer those who are part of it in their own seasonality, right? Like this is very exciting. So, inside of Living Emergence, when you come in, you can see on the left hand the organization of the space into its five main realms, categories, themes, tracks. But then there's going to now be a fifth space, which is going to be called the demo space. And this is going to be where I can hold free stuff and someone could come and experience the free stuff and like get a sense for Living Emergence without being able to see the rest of it. But the people who are members can see it, that free space, as well as all the other things that they see and interact with it, in addition to the other resources and assets and invitations and opportunities that they have. And so my imagination started expanding even more today as I was understanding like the functionality of this platform, which is Mighty Networks. Okay, so I'm creating this space for the 9 boredoms of the Rightful Baddie free webinar series, but I could have any number, like it's unlimited, the number of things that could be hosted in the demo space, which also pointed me to, oh, this is a way that members inside of Living Emergence can also like stand up in their leadership and run things that can be open to the public at a free level so that new people can come in and interact with their work as well as the community that they are a part of, able to interact with their work, receive their gifts, and understand the kinds of things that they offer in their own spaces. So I'm really excited about, out in 2026 when we're ready to like talk about that together. I'm really excited to be able to offer that to my community members because, as I've shared, I don't want to have a place where outside experts come in. I want a space where those who are within can raise their hands and say, there's something I really want to lead. There's something I'd really like to create for the community. And they may or may not want it to have a public facing component. And so the demo space can be a space for that as well. It's so exciting. So this is like an example of like I'm on the go understanding what this new platform can offer us, and it's allowing my imagination to expand when I see what's possible within it. Okay. So the 9 boredoms of the Rightful Baddie. There's 9 boredoms. So backing out from November 4th, which is the day that we'll have our 9th boredom video and chat. Backing out, the first boredom will be dropped on October 27th. That's Monday coming up. It's all happening really fast. And then on Sunday is when I'll open like the welcome video. I'll welcome everybody into this space to kind of give you an overview video and to begin conversations around what does it mean to be a rightful baddie stuck in the morass of one's boredom. I'll just tell you what I mean in a minute. Okay, so that culminates on November 4th, but then that same day, the doors will then open. So those folks that are in the 9 boredoms of the Rightful Baddie can just upgrade if they want to join Living Emergence, or they can choose to just join Mystics Making Money 3, which will also be held there as a space that members can get access to, but also people can join without joining the membership. So Mystics Making Money number 3 will be $75 if you just want Mystics Making Money number 3, or you can join the membership at $75 a month on November 4th. So up to you. You can just get Mystics Making Money 3, or you can join the membership, remembering that you can cancel at any time. There's just no refunds. November 5th, the price goes up to $85 a month. And then never again after November 20th will it be these low prices. It will just stay at the price that it's meant to be, which is $95 a month. Anytime you buy annual, you get 2 months for free. Okay, so let's talk about what's coming up then. The 9 boredoms. All right. So I was feeling into the ways that I have explored over the years in my abilities as a teacher, as a mentor, and as a reader, both astrology reader, as well as a psychic reader, as well as a tarot reader, not to mention as mother and friend. And I was feeling into the ways that we resist, ignore, or especially are asleep to our power, our radiance, our beauty, like the stuff that just, it's so beautiful to see in other human beings when you see their light, which has nothing to do with their titles or identities or achievements. And the ways in which astrology has supported me in this, the support of the signs and planets, the houses, the archetypes and portals of the tarot, from mythology and storytelling. And I started to imagine coming up with a framework for around temptations. Like that was the keyword. Like the temptations to pretend we're not the powerful, sovereign, radiant, solar beings that we are. And so I was tinkering with temptations, the temptations of the this, the temptations of the that. What is the noun I am looking for? And I was reflecting on how recently I was chatting with my dear friend, Natasha Levenger, my co-host at Crystal Ballers. And I was like, really naming some powerful shit I had been moving through and like recognizing how I stayed with myself and recognizing my bravery and honoring and really just celebrating. Like, I fucking, wow, my younger self is just dazzled. And because Natasha and I, we celebrate each other constantly. And then I was like, I'm kind of a baddie, like I'm a baddie. And she was like, you are a baddie. I know. Yeah. It was really sweet. It was really sweet and playful. And then I started thinking about like Taylor Swift's lyrics about not being a bad bitch and I'm not a savage. And it's so just like, dog whistle. That's what are you saying? Taylor. That album is problematic. Like, it has so much punching down at other women. And it's like, I just want to get married and have him take care of me. And me victim, fragile white girl, and just uh, like this miss. She's just lost right now. Um, like celebrating our badness, it's like such a clever turn on the word bad from an unshaming perspective, celebrating this larger decolonial invitation that I'm interested in just quitting goodness, just trying, because of the way it signals, like trying to stay safe, trying to stay protected inside of these systems that do not love us. And we're imagining new ways. And in this world we're building, we're taking words back. We take the words back that might hurt us. And baddie is just such like a fucking amazing example of turning a word back and giving it power and like making it about celebration. So it's really rooted in Black vernacular, women's vernacular, a kind of feminism that is very collectivist and supports one another, uplifts one another in claiming visibility, in claiming desirability, in claiming beauty, in claiming don't give a fuck on our own terms, just signaling that to one another. I see you, baddie. And so I was feeling into the temptations of a born baddie, like of the born baddie, like you're born to be a baddie. And then I told this to none other than, of course, Matt Bull, my boyfriend, and we're on an airplane. And I'm like, the temptations of the born baddie. And he's like, bored? And then we both looked at each other like, bored question mark, like, well, bored kind of works though. Shit. And it was like, wait a minute. What if I made it the 9 boredoms of the baddie and changed it from born baddie to rightful, which is a play on king language. It's a play on the Arthurian legends. The rightful king of England, of legend. And so it's like, it's our right, this idea of rightful sovereignty. And here in this time where we're crying for no kings, it's really about taking the crowns back for all of us. We're all the rightful kings. There is no one king here. We're not doing that. And we are celebrating, uplifting, honoring the baddie in one another. And just like, go, 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 go. Shine, 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 shine. Speak, 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 speak. In your baddiness. We're here for it. We are fucking here for it. I mean, that is the community homeworld I'm building. That is the invitation. That is the vibe. These temptations are boring. Boredom is a seduction that becomes a quagmire, a morass, a bog. Unshaming bogs because I'm a bog witch, but that's when you take back bogs for all of us. You take back the shame of being a witch and set up your home with chicken legs. at the bog. But I'm talking bog as in swampy, as in stuck. And I'm going to be exploring with you. I'm going to be naming, because when you name a thing, it can't hold power over you like when you won't speak it or when you won't look at it, right? So we're naming a thing. We're picking up its head and looking at it in the light. This boredom is not in service to your power. Let's unspell it. May the initiations begin. And everything we're going to be exploring is, of course, going to have a curriculum piece in Living Emergence somewhere in the different facets of the space. It's all the heart of the space. So if you're listening and you're not currently on my mailing list, or you aren't anymore, and you want to know what are the 9, Britten? What are the 9 boredoms? Let's unspell this together. These are going to be very short videos. You know, it's a free offer, so I'll probably try to aim for like 10 minutes. So 10 minutes a day for 10 days. And you get the chat space so that you can riff on it with other extraordinary baddies, other rightful baddies. You can riff on it, take it further, say things I didn't say, extend it, expand it, amplify it together. That's what we do in my spaces. Celebrating each other's genius. I just lob something in and then y'all can take over. That's my favorite thing. I'm pretty skilled at lobbing cool shit into the space for everyone to then, go have fun with. So I'm inviting you in. Join my newsletter if you're not on it, because definitely the links to get into the videos will be provided to the people on my mailing list. You just go to Britten LaRue, click newsletter, put your email in, voila. So the intro one will start October 26th. If you jump in late, you just catch up. I'm not sure how long it will be there. I haven't thought that much through. I'm kind of thinking about a lot right now. I'm handling a lot, but I have a lot of support. So that's amazing. So then all of this is like the perfect buildup to Mystics Making Money. I was about to say Mystics Making Magic, of course, because it's kind of the same thing. Number 3, as you may know, I did one in the spring. I did one in the summer. I loved the one in the spring, but the one in the summer was fucking fantastic. Really proud of it. And a lot of wonderful people came. If you love Mystics Making Money, I'm doing it again. And it's going to be 5 1-hour meetups. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, starting November 4th. So November 4th, 6th, 11th, 13th, and then 18th. And it's going to be lives, but recorded, so you don't have to be there. I'm going to be switching the times. I'll have this in the show notes, so that, we start at 7 p.m. Eastern on the 4th, which is ding, ding, you're catching on now, the last day where the 9th boredom is going to be dropped. And it's also the day that Living Emergence opens. We're going to have our first meetup included for everybody who's a member in Living Emergence. Otherwise, $75 if you just want Mystics Making Money. And I'm going to be really speaking the wisdom of Vulture Magic updated for the Mystics Making Money framework. And really speaking, one of my most favorite topics is how hunger, death, and the erotic can support you in generating abundance, in having a fucking fantastic time being a creative human being out in the world, showing up in the marketplace, exchanging with other human beings. The erotic absolutely changed my life, allowing grief to become part of who I am, changed my life. Allowing myself to acknowledge I'm a hungry woman and I'm not afraid of y'all to see how hungry I am, full of desire for experiences. That is what we're going to be doing. It's going to be super zesty per Scorpio. And I'm going to be giving you a lot of like very clear frameworks for rethinking how you think about things that may create stagnation for you, that may create freeze for you, that may create frustration or resistance, doubt. Um, you may not want to do things that I'm like, well, if I put it to you this way, how does that change the energy? That's what we really do in Mystics Making Money is I help you change the energy with which you are looking at and engaging with something. And that can change your life and absolutely shift your relationship to abundance, to marketing, to exchanging, to showing up in your creativity, relating to your offerings. Like creation and creativity are deeply, deeply, deeply connected to destruction and like allowing things to die. So that's why death is going to be such a big part of this vulture magic iteration, because the more we can hold death and the more we can hold grief, the more capacity we have to hold all the pleasures, like all the abundance, all the havingness that we ostensibly believe that we want. But it's going to be really hard. It's really hard to bring it in. It's really, we block these things when there's a resistance around like the genitals, when there's there's a resistance to the erotic, when like we are afraid to take off our girdles. We didn't put these girdles on, so we're innocent, but it's time to take them off. So, like the boredoms of the Rightful Baddie will definitely like be a bridge into that topic because of like the high zestiness, capital H, capital Z, the high zestiness of what's coming. Um, calling on, I'm the high priestess of zest. Especially in Scorpio season. It's such a liberation for me, a human who didn't have an orgasm till age 39. Yeah, I earned it. I've taken my rightful baddie back. Okay, see, we're also having fun here. So, yeah, there's a lot to keep an eye on here right now in my world. If this is like a no-brainer and this is like such an easy yes for you, I would love for you to take some of that enthusiasm and exuberance and bring it to like just letting people know that this is happening, like send links to your friends, like send posts to your friends, send this podcast to your friends, like the people that you can like you have a laugh, but you're also like, but fuck yeah. You know, we can be dead fucking serious and also laugh our asses off constantly. We're cackling here. We cackle in Scorpio season. All right. So I'm feeling complete. Let my team know if you have any questions. I have so much support right now. I've never had so much support ever. And I have many like absolutely incredible, super smart, big hearted human beings who are helping me on my team. So if you just email info@brittenlarue.com, we are here to help you and support you in understanding how to navigate these different offerings and what it means. And we love your questions because it helps us see how we can be more clear in our communication. So, sending everybody a big hug and happy Scorpio season. And I hope to see you at the 9 boredoms of the Rightful Baddie starting on Sunday, October 26th. Cheers.